Okay, what's up? Welcome everyone to a new series on this channel, which is going to be 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. And today we're going to start off by doing a reroll guide, which is pretty much the first thing you want to do on this game. And it's pretty simple, to say so at the least. It's a bit long, about 10 minutes, around 8 minutes to finish the whole reroll. So that's what we're going to do today. Is just spam through everything and see what we can do. There is a lot to go through about who you want to go for, and the main one is, I think everyone's almost said it, is Green Meliodas, which is the full counter one, which you want to go for. And then what I'm doing in this one here is just trying to go through as fast as I can, get Meliodas as like the first pull when you get him, and then do the second pull, which you do afterwards, and try and get a King or a Jericho. And if not, we reset the data and we keep trying until we get at least one of them too. And that's going to be the pretty simple process of what to do. This first part here is pretty simple. You kind of just breeze through it. You barely even tap. I think it's like 2 skips you have to do. I'm just going to spam right now. Now the video could be a lot shorter, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole process to actually what to do, because a lot of people have already made reroll guides, but they did it before the game was actually out, and they kind of showed pictures, and it's, you know, somewhat confusing, not confusing, but it's a little trick you can do at one point where you stop the tutorial, which you know, if you don't do that, then you can be like doing the tutorial for quite a bit. Oh, my phone's about to die, so I better do this quick then. Alright, it's this part you're about to win. It cuts, I think, and you used to go to your first mission. Yeah, so it's loaded now. This part you just skip. I would recommend watching it the first time because it is pretty good, animation wise. And then I think people get stuck here. If your game crashes, you can just close the game and open it again, and then that will just reset it. But while we're on the topic of it, people who are watching from my actual other subscribers, this is a pretty sick new game that came to global. It's such an amazing game. I played a bit on JP, but I never actually got into it fully because I kind of said, oh, you know what, this game will probably come global one day. I might as well wait, and it's the 3rd of March and we're here. Okay, so this is the first part where we have to actually just pretty much get the feel of the game and just start tapping all the buttons and stuff like that. You kind of want to go fast. Mine is freezing. Okay, there we go. So I think, yeah, skip this part. There's 3 missions. So you get the first part, which is pretty much just not a video, but, you know, gameplay wise, you just watch. Then this is the first mission. Then you go to the second mission when you're versing some other guy, I can't remember his name, Twiggo or something like that. And then moving on, you go to another mission, which you can either quit the game. I'll get to it later on. You can either quit the game, or you can just like forfeit the match. I would say I forfeit the match because I think it's faster, but whatever you want to do, to me, whatever you think is faster, you can just pretty much, you know, quit the game or go on there. Now, if you are new and you're pretty much just watching the first Grand Cross video on this channel, do subscribe because we're going to be trying to do it at least daily for a bit, or like every other day. I do South Park as well, so you might not like that, but we're not strictly Grand Cross here, but we're going to start moving forward and see what we can do. Now, I'm going to put a timer. You've probably already seen it because it's probably already started ticking already, but I'm going to put a timer somewhere on the screen to show how fast it is. I believe it's under 10 minutes. Depends how fast you spam click. And obviously, once you've done it multiple times, I think I'm on like my 15th reroll right now. Actually, not like 10. You can pretty much like memorize all like the tutorial and you start clicking every single spot. I've not got it down yet, but we're getting there. And yeah, so we've talked about the characters to pull. I just go over it again. Meliodas is the one we want. Definitely go for him. If you get Green King, which is the one where he's laying back, or Jericho, you know, continue to do your 3rd pull. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and either get Meliodas, green one, and then try and get one of your King or Jericho. But if I go for long enough, I might end up just stopping after the first green Meliodas I get, and then just saving the crystals for a later date. You do get a free King in story mode, who you'll be using, you know, majority of the time than the Green King. But when it does come to demon raids, you kind of want to have that Green King in the future. But the game is pretty generous, so you're going to get, you know, you can pretty much stop after Meliodas and then just play the game. You do get, you know, some free SSRs in story mode, which are obviously good. And then each week, or I guess every week, you get a free SSR ticket, which, you know, you could pull one of these characters, which would be dope. And there are also coin shops units, which will go in the future. So skip this part here. It's another animation-wise video. And then, yeah, so the King, you know, you want to have him for the future. You're not always going to use him, but Jericho is pretty sick. Her crit damage is insane if you get her, you know, maxed out. So this part here, we are doing a second mission where we verse I can't remember his name, but yeah, we're skipping this part. Then the thing is, you get to free roam, or not free roam, but like freely play the mission at one point in this game, which people said you can quit out. I'll show you that you can't. And then pretty much doesn't really matter what you pick because it's gonna fully full counter and just finish the mission by itself. So it's pretty much auto anyway. So we'll see here. Well, since the game's new, I probably, honestly, I think I might upload it almost once a day almost, especially for this game. Just because, you know, everyone's searching up, trying to get all like the viewers to come over here and actually start watching these videos, because I do want to spend a lot of time in this game, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content that I make in the future. I've done other games in the past, which didn't really work out, so I'm thinking I'm going to stick in this one. Now, there is no way around getting past this part. You have to play the tutorial. But the big good thing is, as well, if you haven't already done it, later on, when if you want to skip to the end, where you pretty much reset the process, you don't have to download the game again. Most games, especially other gacha games, you kind of have to delete the actual game, or like you have to go inside the system files and like delete your game save, which luckily you don't. But then again, the bad side is the tutorial is quite long, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, and you'll get around it. Okay, what's frozen here? What the hell? Alright. Oh, one thing too. If it's your first time downloading, you know, you have the download button at the top left corner, which, I mean, if you've done the Reroll already, you know, you've pretty much gone past that part and you don't have to download again, so you won't be seeing that, and you can just breeze through it. So now that we've completed the second mission, we've now pretty much moving on to the first summon, which you get after you get from changing Elizabeth's clothes. So you just pretty much spam and click your thumb or finger, whatever you're doing, will be flat after this process, because you'll be doing for hours. Like I think I've been gone for a couple of hours now. I've woken up and doing it still, so it's pretty long. So like I said at the start, I might end up just settling for one green Mediolus and then just saving my crystals before like the new red gopher to come out, which will be like one of the best units in the game. So here we go to Home Tavern. We get all our stuff. We change Elizabeth's clothes, so just spam the clothes button as fast as you can. That's pretty much the whole point. This is spamming. I prefer her older clothes, so I'm going to switch that back later on if we end up keeping this account. There you go. You change the thing, spam again, and you get rewarded 30 crystals, which we're going to get in a second. Just keep clicking away. Beam, there we go, the rewards, and then this is the first bit where you want to try and get, what I've been getting a lot is kings, so if I get a king, I'll just go to the next part. You do have to pretty much finish the process anyway, so if you do want to just do the second multi, you might as well. So let's just see what we get here. I do recommend skipping it, so that's what we're going to do here, just going to skip. Oh, actually we got green Medios, okay, alright. Yeah, that's who you want to get. Most people should stop here and just keep the 30 crystals they give later on, which is the second part, so we're going to just put our name in. I'm pretty sure you can change it later on, but just in case, I'm going to put my actual username in. And then this is the part which is, you know, you want to stop. So what you have to do is get all your daily rewards, you know, pretty good stuff to be fair. And then I think this here, let me see. The second one, yeah, so you get SSR on the 7th day. And then the second, okay, this is the login rewards, right? Yeah, so I don't really know much about this, but leave that out. So this part here, so we have to travel to the second mission, which is we're going to do when Hook's mom actually starts moving. So there you go. Okay, so this is important. Right here, you can close out the game. If you want to swipe up, close the game, you can do that. Or what I do is just pretty much spam, you know, the tutorial. You should remember, you go back. Then we get the 2 auto setups, which is spam again. There you go. And then after you start the mission, you're able to fully control your character and your moves, so you can just quit out of the game. And then that's when you can just pretty much stop the tutorial. If you don't do this, you will actually go to the next stage and you'll be forced to watch some more cutscenes and walk around again and do some other stuff which you don't want to do. So right here, we've gone in, it's almost the end now. I don't know how long it's going to be yet, it's probably around 10 minutes so far. But yeah, we forfeit out the game quickly as we can. And then because we already did get our jewels for just playing a game. So you see we have 33 at the top. We go over to the draw section. Just spam the button. And that's pretty much it. We could, if you wanted to, watch the free ad, which I mean, if you get Meliodas or the first good character, you might want to do that just because you get lucky and get him on the single multi. But pretty much gonna skip it. So hopefully we can get King or Jericho, so I can actually keep this count. But yeah, no point watching it. And oh, okay, we didn't get any stars, so that's a rip. Halfway, pretty much what we wanted to do, but that's it. It's almost been 10 minutes, I think. It's been just over 10 minutes, and then if you want to, I'm gonna skip this part, just re-roll it, and then just watch the ads and stuff like that. But then, so once you're done with your pause and you decided you don't want to keep the count, you go to the menu, which is bottom right, click play info, which the second one to the right, you can see it. It says reset data, which will delete your it will delete your pretty much save. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this count. Well, we're not going to keep it, but we're going to give it away if you're watching the video and you want to have this count. I'm going to put the code as Nanless. So if you want to copy the code and then put that password in, you can get this count. I'm not going to keep it, so I might as well just do this. But other than that, once you're done, you just close out of it. If you do get a good count, do save it, because then you can go back to it later on. But you just click the reset button, click OK. It won't delete the data, it will just delete your save. So you don't have to download the game again. You don't have to do all the long stuff, and you can go straight to tutorial. So let's just click it. And then we're back at square one. So that's pretty much the tutorial, guys. Around, I guess without the ad that I put in, it'd be like around 10 to 11 minutes, which isn't that long. So you can do around almost 6 every hour, which, it's pretty bad, but I mean, it's what it is. So thank you guys for watching, and peace.